What's going on, guys? Alex with Retro Motorsports USA, more specifically Retro Motorsports South. In this video, we're down in sunny Florida to work on Henry's beautiful E30 325i. So this rolled in because it's in desperate need of a new oil pan. Talking to the owner, I guess the story is that the drain bolt is stripped out or there's a crack somewhere in the pan. That's okay, because if you come over here and take a look, in the trunk we have a brand new oil pan from BMW, never mounted on a car. So he said, you know what, let's just throw this on and be done with it. I said, of course. And he's got his Rotella T4 and oil filter. So first time we will be doing an oil pan gasket on an E30. We've done several on E36s before, so I think it's more in depth of a job on an E36. I feel like it'd be fairly easy on this car, but we'll know as we get into it. Regardless, I'm not doing this job alone. I got John behind the camera from up north joining us on this video too, so very glad to have him down here and thank him for his help coming down. We'll get this in the shop, get on the lift, give it a once over as usual, and then begin to tear it down.
Overall, it's a beautiful example of an E30, 86,000 miles, rust-free. E30s are my bread and butter. I love working on these cars. I genuinely enjoy it. I'm really excited to dive into replacing the oil pan and making this customer happy.
Typical M20, some sort of leak going on right here. This interior is mint.
Beautiful interior.
Yeah, clean black interior, which is honestly a surprise to see. Crack-free dash, AC, got tints because you need that in Florida. So it's got good bones. It's got really good bones. I love this thing. I really want to get one, and this is urging me to want one even more.
The back seat looks like it's barely even been sat in.
Yeah, the back seat and the BMW sunshade. You know that thing's stamped.
You know you got it.
Open that up. What are you doing? You gotta open that up. That's nice.
You know you gotta have a sunshade if you want to protect that nice
Those are NLA, so that's pretty cool. He has that. First look, as suspected, leaking from the drain plug, also leaking from everywhere else too. One thing I didn't take into account was the motor mounts potentially breaking when removing. So looking at the condition of them, I'm not too confident that we'll be able to use these again. So,
especially with them being original and with the car having 86,000 miles, it's definitely been sitting for some time. So we might have some deterioration in the mounts.
So you know the drill, engine support bar up top, so that way we can drop or lower the subframe without any complication. This also gives us the ability to undo the motor mounts and keep the motor in its place. Right now we are plugging away at the control arm lollipop mounts. Right before that, we cracked all of the subframe chassis mount bolts loose because I know we were a bit worried about that at first.
Because if you crack those welds,
yeah, if they're cracked, it's over with.
Day.
Yeah. So far, so good. We'll keep plugging away, and this should be out in relatively good timing. Also talked to Henry about replacing these motor mounts because they are completely smoked. There's probably no chance that they'll come out in one piece and be reusable. So we're gonna go ahead and get those pieces ordered. So that way he'll be on new motor mounts, fresh oil pan, fresh gasket. Someone was in here before and they used silicone, but clearly they didn't do a good job because got a nasty leak, but that's what we're here for. Do things right, like they say, do it right or do it twice. What did we just discover, bro?
I haven't touched that bolt yet. You see one finger.
Wow.
I wonder why it was leaking. That's actually insane.
Yeah. This is why you gotta be careful with who you trust with your cars. I mean,
Man, that's not acceptable.
no.
I don't care what shop you are, that is not acceptable.
Nah, it's no bueno. At least we'll make it right. All right, we are now ready to actually pull the pan off. So all the bolts have been removed. Everything is free, so we should have no issue removing this. I did remove the plug for the oil pressure sensor. That way we can take it out of the pan. We're gonna start just gently prying at it. Safe spots, you can pry on like right here and a few other spots right there, but you don't wanna go crazy. So I'm gonna give it a few love taps. All right, so here we go. And look at this.
And I would like to note, we didn't have to drop the subframe as much as we thought we would have to. Only about, I would say 2 to 3 inches on both sides.
Why is that?
Because this rear shield is just a cover. We thought it was actually part of the pan. It's been a while since I've done an M20 oil pan, but it's actually just a cover shield.
Awesome. So now we're gonna transfer this onto the new pan and throw this one away.
See if we can get a look at these threads. And the reason we're changing this, yeah, I mean, it's a little oily in there, but you could tell.
All right, we just got the oil pan bolted back up. Everything is snug, not tight, for a specific reason. When you torque down oil pan gaskets, oil pan, any mating surface with a gasket, you always want to do it in a certain sequence. So you work your way from the inside to the outside. In this case, we're going to start with the inner 2 bolts, one on this side, one on that side, and we're going to go this way and that way. All right, oil pan is now tight, torqued, secured. We're going to let the RTV cure in a few spots. We put them where the timing cover is, and then back here on those 2 little seams. You can't see it, obviously, because the pan's on. But what I like to do is, anytime I put RTV on, they say 30 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, I like to just have peace of mind knowing that I'll let it cure for 24 hours to ensure that everything is dry. So, like I said, pan is on. We're all good there. We're gonna come back tomorrow, fill with oil, put on the ground. Before we put on the ground, gotta put the subframe on, but you get the gist.
Hey guys, welcome back to day 2 of the E30 oil pan job on Henry's E30. We got the oil pan all bolted up. We have oil in the pan. We just got this inspection cover on the back of the pan. Everything looks good so far. We're currently waiting on the motor mounts to come in because it's something we decided to do while we were doing the job. As you can see over here, they're pretty mushroomed. They are original mounts and they have 86,000 miles and about 30 years on them. They just need to be replaced at this point. We're already in here. We might as well do it. There's no reason not to.
And the fact is, I think this one, no, it might be that one.
This one's a little bit shroomed. It's a little bit off too. Like you can literally see it's going diagonal. It's just, we're in here. They need to be replaced.
And with rubber bushings, when oil sits on there, it just eats it away. So I told Henry, you know what, like John said, it's a while you're in their job, so it's pretty ideal to throw that in there because everything else looks amazing. Everything cleaned up great. He's even got nice trans mounts too. So it's kind of like, why would you do trans mounts and leave the OEM mounts in there too?
Alright guys, that's going to conclude this episode on Henry's E30 325i oil pan replacement. It was a pretty smooth job and everything went well because it's a rust-free Florida car, and that really helped out on this one. If you're in the Chicagoland area or the Tampa area and you need your vintage BMW serviced or repaired or are looking for parts, feel free to reach us wherever you get your social media at Retro Motorsports USA, and we'll see you in the next one.